with excessively famous parents, and sure, some spotlight, even when you were a little kid.
I've tried to stay away from the spotlight as much as possible. For a long time, in fact, I think I decided that that was not what I wanted to do at all, despite being born there, and I, that was not my choice. But getting married to a movie star was my choice, and I knew that I was going to be in the spotlight then. But it's not something that I'm very comfortable with. I prefer, sitting behind my desk. That's my life. I can't ever say that I had a normal life. I had a very turbulent life, first of all. I went from, living in this mansion with convertible cars going to school, to shifting to my grandmother's house where my sister and me were sleeping on a mattress, on the floor. And then I was going everywhere in rickshaws, which I actually love, and my friends had nicknamed me Ricksha Rani for some reason. Till the day I signed my first movie and I got my signing amount, and I paid a down payment for my car, a white Esteem. That was like a big thing. I could have borrowed my mother's car. It's not like I was compelled to do that, but we were raised in that way, where seeing my mom working as a single woman, she was not only raising me, but she was looking after 3 siblings and my grandparents. I realized very early that I needed to be financially independent, and I had to stay that way my whole life. I couldn't be dependent on anyone.
But how everyone is being told to follow their passion, as if passion only rests in the arts, as if you can't be passionate about mathematics, right? I was telling these guys that, I think we've reached a point where there will be a kid who will tell his parent that I want to be an engineer, and the parent will tell the kid, no, you should become a poet. And then I hear an anecdote, which is exactly that happened to you.
Yeah.
The fact that you scored 97 in math.
I want to become a chartered accountant.
And your mom said no.
Yeah, no, she just didn't even pay attention to that. It was thrown out of the window. I applied for my entrance exams. I was in SYBCom by then. Or I was writing at that point as well. But nobody thought that was worth anything. So
it was clear to your parents or to your mom that it would be the movies? You're wasting your time and anything else?
Exactly.
Really?
No, she told me one thing. She told me something that made sense. She said, this is a time that you'll be able to do this. You can't do this later. You can do that later. And it worked out.
I mean, you can't become a CA later.
Not a CA, but I could become a writer later, and I did.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And if I really wanted to become a CA, I could.
No, but you were right in the thick of things, right in the middle of that entire decade.
Yes.
Right? Like if we talk about...
But I didn't enjoy it. It's like doing a job. There's a difference between a job and a career.
Sure.
I didn't enjoy it. All I wanted to do was get back home. I was bored. I was reading books. There were times when I was sitting and knitting on the set, and my spot boy came and said, "Aap mat kariye na, sab log auntie ji bolenge." So you had to live up to this image, and I wasn't that person. My life started at 6:30 when I came back home. That was just my work. I was reading most of the time. You have to wait endlessly. You're the only woman on the set at that point. Everyone else is a man. There are men wearing full white and you. So, I mean, what do you do?